Good morning and welcome back to the madness. It is Monday. So I really missed making the vlogs. So I decided I'm going to start making the vlogs again. I'll try to do a stitch with me. So like if you watch the vlog, you're going to probably get, and you watch the stitch with me, you're probably going to get double the talk. I don't know how to work this. I know people like the vlog and people can't watch the vlog because of the motion sickness. But the vlog is the easiest thing for me to check in every single day. So I don't know what to do. But I'm just going to do the vlog. I'll try to do some stitch with me's too. I don't know. But anyways, what has been going on? So yeah, I basically took a month and a half off. Here and there, you got some videos, but not much, I know. But the major thing that happened this week, or last week, not this week. Last week was, now, for like 3 weeks, it was like 80, 90 degrees here. And then last Tuesday, it got down to 74 degrees. And we knew this like, I think it was like 4 days ahead of time, you know, because we were really watching the weather because we were dying. Not dying, but you know what I mean? It was like, oh my God, it's hot again today. Which, doing the windows like we did, oh my gosh, that was a big game changer. And see, it wouldn't be so bad, the heat, but we had like 90%, 95% humidity. So it was now I got the hiccups. Of course, it would not be a video unless I had the hiccups or I start yarning. So the humidity was killing us. So I saw that it was going to be, you know, in the 70s. So I told John, I said, listen, on Tuesday, we are doing this. We are moving, because we are moving. My bedroom was now going to become the craft room, and the craft room was going to become my bedroom. Which is very hard to move the same rooms, you know, switch the same rooms. But anyways, so John, while I was at work, John and Becca did a lot. And what had to happen was the one wall had to be cleared out. And at the end of this video, you will see all of the steps. I didn't show you when we were in the middle of moving because it was just trashed, and not showing my trashed house. It was, things were everywhere. It was ridiculous. But on the one wall, we had to move that off because it was painted red, and I swear this paint color, you look at it wrong and it chips, and there's, you know, you can see the plaster behind it. So we had to first had to spackle, then we had to paint it, which I was really hoping that John was going to get it painted Tuesday, but I wasn't expecting it, because by the time we got where the wall was even cleared off, it was like 9 o'clock at night. And so work was crazy last week. I didn't get home until 5, 6 o'clock each day. And then I would, you know, help them work on moving stuff. And once we got everything off of that wall, like I said, it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think you're stopping, right? Okay. So we ate dinner, and then I passed out in the chair. And the next thing I woke up an hour and a half later, and John's like, you want to come look at the wall? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, I already got it painted. like, are you kidding me? He's like, nope. He goes, and I think it's only going to take one coat. I was like, super excited, because then, like, each night I would tell him what I expected to be done by the time I got home. So then on Wednesday night, we were able to move our bed into the new bedroom. And of course, me and him had a fight because he wanted the bed on a certain wall, and I'm like, I am not sleeping against the wall. Sorry, if you want to sleep against the wall, go right ahead, but I'm not sleeping up against the wall. I like to have a fan. Basically, it's by my shoulder, but when I get hot, I just kick out my foot, and the fan is blowing on my foot. And if I'm against the wall, well, I can't do that. So once I showed him how I wanted it, he's like, oh, that works so much better, and it looks so much bigger in here. I'm like, yeah. That's why when I told him, I said, just put the frame in there. Do not put everything else on there, because I know how I want it. You know, I want to be able to move it, and I think how I want it, it's going to actually work. He kept saying, your dressers aren't going to fit in there now. Your dressers aren't going to fit in there now. I'm like, yeah, it is. Once I did it, he's like, I can't believe everything fit in here. I'm like, told ya. You know, what else can I say? Told you so. So, Wednesday, we basically got my room, the new bedroom, together. We got the furniture in there, bed made, and we were actually able to sleep in that room that night, which, oh my God. I woke up the next morning and I'm like, I can't believe this. I said, my back doesn't hurt. Now, mind you, I slept for 8 hours, and I was actually in bed for 2 hours. Now, when the bed was in the craft room, when I was in the bed for more than 6-7 hours, I would wake up with the worst backache, and I couldn't move, and it was awful. I woke up, I'm like, how is my back not hurting? I slept amazing. I said, how is this possible? He said, oh, because where we had our bed in the craft room, well, now we're calling it the craft room, in our old bedroom, the floor slanted. And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, there was a little slant to the floor, so that's probably why your back would be hurting. I'm like, are you kidding me? For 4 years? 4 years? 5 years? I can't remember how long we've been in this house. I've woken up with a bad back because the floor is a little slanted. I said, you can't even tell. He goes, oh, I know you can't tell, but it is. It's just a little. And I'm like, okay. So, Thursday, what did we do Thursday? Thursday, now mind you, my living room was full. We only had this little pathway to go through because, you know, the craft room, switching the rooms, all the crafts were in the living room. So Thursday, we got all the big stuff placed in the craft room. Didn't get much work done that day because, well, John and Becca did. They were able to set up their areas, but my area had, you know, a lot of the big stuff, and they couldn't place it because I had to be home to see, because for my floss wall, when we did it in the craft room, it was too low. And so I told them, no, now I know how I want it. So I had to be able to sit in my chair and then tell you, okay, this one's going here and this one's going here, you know? So they had to wait for me to get home for that. So they worked on their stuff, thank God. And then I was able to place all of my stuff. And then, which Thursday, I told John, I said, you know what, just take the day off. You guys work on your area. So when I get home, we can concentrate on my area. Well then, when I left work Thursday, I saw there was only like 10 orders, and most of them were John's. Now, mind you, yes, when you wake up, when you go in the morning, there could be another whole 10 orders, which there was, but they were basically John's area. So I said, why don't you just, you know, go to work and give me the day off so I can concentrate now on putting my area together, because all of the big stuff was there. Now I had to put everything away. Well, I got 2 hours in the morning, and then I was called into work, which made me really mad because I always give him the day off, but whenever it's my turn to get the day off, it's like, oh wait, nope. Can you come in and just do a couple of orders? Which, I mean, it happens, right? So, okay, hold on, we're at a house. So, then after work we came home and we worked on it for a few hours, but by then we were like exhausted. Oh shoot, I don't know what time it is. Okay. Okay, hold on, I have to write this. So, oh, how about if I put it in reverse? Oh my God. So I told Becca, I said, listen, I'll make a deal with you. We can stop right now, which, I mean, it was like 7 o'clock at night. So we can stop right now, and then if you get up at 10 o'clock with me. Okay, I have to pause you guys because she's sending me photos and I don't know what this is about. Okay, y'all. She is the most adorable thing ever. We're talking about tiny pufferfish. So, it's on Instagram. It's not on. It was a private message through Instagram. I don't know if you guys ever play Pokemon Go. When you're hatching an egg, you see the egg and it says, oh. So, whenever we hatch eggs, we always go to each other, oh. So, she sends me a picture of the O, and then the next clip is she opened the box, and so when the egg hatches, it clicks 3 times. It like breaks, and then the Pokemon comes out of it. So she clicked the box 3 times, and then she says, you hatched a Bulbasaur. Now, what it was is she bought me a Bulbasaur phone holder. I was like, oh my God, you're the cutest thing ever. I mean, that was adorable. Oh, I love her so much. Okay, so anyways, so she agreed, you know, that Saturday we would wake up at 10 o'clock. She agrees all the time, but does it happen? No, I had to go wake her up. So I got up at 9:30, and I'm like, you know what? Because the first thing we were doing, we had plans. The first thing we were doing is we had to clean out the Florida room, because that's where, in the Florida room, now that we put up curtains, oh my God, I can't believe how much cooler it is in that room. It's not like a furnace anymore. It's still hot. It's probably like upper 70s, but before it was like 90s in there. So it's a big difference. And I put a fan in there, so it's helping cool it off. And with the light canceling curtains, or blocking, or whatever it's called, it's a big difference. So what we're putting up there is like light pads and floss, fabric, you know, my cutting boards, my guillotine where I almost cut off my freaking finger, you know. Well, I did cut off the tip of my finger, but you know what I mean? Crafty stuff that doesn't need to be in the house. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. Now, I know extreme temperatures, you can't put certain things out there. Like, I'm not putting my markers or my colored pencils or my gel pens out there, you know. But certain things that it doesn't really matter if they get hot or cold, it went out there. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to try to do this myself. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to, can't talk. I'm going to do it. I'm going to reorganize it. I'm going to, the one thing is the night before, we had already went in there and, put the shelves up. But then to do that, we put everything to the back, you know, so it was like, it was a cluster mess back there. So it took me an hour and a half and I did it all by myself, which I was very excited. And I decided I'm not even going to take a shower because I'm the type of person who has to get up and take a shower right away. If not, I turn into, by 1 o'clock, if I haven't taken a shower, I turn into the biggest royal bee ever. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get up, go in there, because I knew I was going to be a hot, sweaty mess, and who wants to go do that and then, you know, have to take another shower. Oh gosh, that was a big pothole. So it took me an hour and a half. After I was done, I took a shower, and every morning I do this routine, and it's with Toby and it's with Becca. So I act like I'm running towards Becca's room, which I'm just fast walking, but I have my arms moving like I'm, you know, going really fast, and I say to Toby, I'm gonna get mama, I'm gonna get mama. And so then I go into Becca's room and I hug her and I kiss her and say, I'm gonna get mama, and Toby attacks my face and attacks me, and depending on the day, sometimes he bites me. He only nibbles, like, you know, you better get away from her, because he can be cranky sometimes, you know, but he loves the game. And Friday I didn't do the game, and he was pissed off at me all day, and I'm like, what the hell? So after, like, we got home back from work, he was still being an ass to me, and I'm like, okay, Becca, go get in bed. And she got in bed, and I did the, I'm gonna get mama, and he was perfectly fine. I go, you know what, you're a little turd. Things have to be just the way he wants them to be. So anyways, we got up, and we basically got the craft room, let's say 90% done. And then John came home, and me and Becca had already planned on that for Father's Day. We already bought him a present, but John loves to go flea marketing, going to flea markets, and I don't like it. I liked it when I was a kid. My mom and dad would give me $5 and, you know, we would go, and it was fun. But it's not fun anymore for me. It's a bunch of junk. So I told Becca, I said, you know what, let's make this a really special Father's Day for him. I said, let's take him to the flea market. I'll give him $50 cash, and, you know, he can buy whatever the hell he wants to buy. So John gets home, and we tell him the plan, and he's super excited. So, okay, so I'm on Saturday night when I come back. Okay, so, I was talking about John Saturday night. So we told John, you know, because we told him, you know, we had a surprise for him. John doesn't like surprises. I said, do you just want to know what it is? And he's like, yes, please. And I told him, he was super excited. So we ate dinner, and then I told him, I said, I'm just cross-stitching tonight. Well, I got onto my cross-stitching group, and I made a mistake. I thought that each class lasted 2 weeks. It doesn't. It's just a week. So I was like, oh my God. And I told John, I'm like, I go, oh my God. He goes, what? I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal.
Turn right.
because I do have a week to do it, but then I'll be doing 2 classes at once, and because you do have 2 weeks to complete that. I still don't understand it. But then Monday a class starts, and it's like, what? So anyways, I said, here I was thinking that I had, you know, all next week to stitch for this one class, but I don't. I have, Monday another class starts. And he's like, well, he goes, how long will it take you? I'm like, well, it'll take, you know, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the class done, and then I wanted to get the extra credit done, which the extra credit would have been for magical stitches too, so I would have gotten 2 groups done, but it didn't work out. I said, well, he goes, well, what's the problem? You're gonna stitch tonight. And I'm like, no, I need tonight and tomorrow. And he's like, well, just do it. And I'm like, you don't understand. We're celebrating Father's Day, and if you're going to be dragging me around the flea market, and then he wanted to go to this Mexican restaurant. We were going out to Pontiac, where he used to live, and Pontiac is probably about 40 minutes away, and then so just basically call it 2 hours, because who knows, 75 is probably under construction, so we'll be in construction. It's always constructions out there. So let's just say 2 hours commuting, and then I know he's going to want to spend at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours flea marketing, and then he wanted to go to a Mexican restaurant that was out there, so that was probably going to be another, 45 to an hour, depending on the service, you know. So I'm like, all that time I could be stitching, you know. He's like, well, we just won't go. And I'm like, no. And me and Becca were both like, no, you were super excited about this. He's like, it's okay. He goes, I know how much, you know, your stitching groups mean to you. I'm like, John, it's fine. It really is fine. I said, what I'll do is I'll get, you know, the homework done for Crystal Academy. That's no problem. That's 750. Well, I already had, I don't remember now. I think I already had 200 stitches done for that class already, and it was 750 total. So I said I'd be able to do that with tonight's stitching and tomorrow night stitching. I'd be able to do it, you know, don't worry, it's no big deal, we'll still do it. And he's like, well, no. I said, okay, so what you're saying is you want to cancel tomorrow and you want to go do it next weekend. And he's like, yeah. I said, okay. Well, the funny thing was, about an hour later, because, you know, I had been working on the back room all day. I got up, I barely could walk, and go, oh, I guess it's kind of a good idea that we're not doing it today. And he's like, or tomorrow. He's like, yeah, well, that's the whole reason why I said, can we do it next week? Because I'm sore too. And I'm like, oh, here I was thinking you were being nice about my stitchy group. He goes, no, I was. And I'm like, I know. I was just teasing him, you know. But it was kind of, oh. I hate. Why? Just pull in. I have to pull in. You can pull in. Anyways, the guy was making a delivery. So I woke up. Well, first of all, I slept in. Now, mind you, I didn't go to bed Saturday night until really late, because lately I've been going to bed around midnight, really. Yeah, here comes the yawning, of course. wouldn't be a video without yawning. So I don't know where I'm going. Let's look at that real fast. We are going to Global Automotive. Oh, it says that it's on this side of the street, but I see something about Global over there. Anyways, oh, brain. Now it's not gonna work. So I slept till, oh my gosh, can we get another? I hope this isn't it. I bet you that's it, right? Is that it? No, that's not it. Just says something about a garage. Are you gonna be, where am I going? Where? I think, okay, this is ridiculous. I bet you it was that back there and they just gave me the wrong address. Can't see. Can't see what that says. But I know it's something about Global. Okay, so we're looking for 15500. This is 15301. 00 would be on that side of the street. So what is the problem? I bet you it's that place. And if it is that place, I really don't like this place. I know it's Global something. Yeah. How much do you want to bet? What does it say? Global. It's gotta be this place, right? Yep. There's the address. Why was it telling me on the other side of the street? I don't know. Okay. So anyways, I slept until noon. What the frickin' frack? No. Okay. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I was gonna park right there, but it says no parking. These are all freaking handicapped. Listen, I am not parking all the way over there to deliver a damn flower arrangement. You can kiss my butt on that one. I am in too much of a hurry, so I'm just gonna park. I'm going to illegally park right here for 1 second. Put on my hazards. Okay, so anyways, I got up and I finished off my stitching, and what else did we do? Oh, yeah, then I made, Becca requested my roasted potatoes. So I made my roasted potatoes. She helped. And then I was done with Crystal Academy, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get the whole 1,000 stitches for magical stitches and for extra credit for Crystal Academy. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to do instead is I went back in the craft room and I finished setting up my whole area. And well, that was after dinner. I went back there and I got a couple of things organized. Then it was time for dinner. We ate dinner, and then Becca and John were up front in the living room watching TV, and I went in the back, and all of a sudden John comes back and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm gonna finish up, because the plan was tonight when I got home from work, we were going, well, they had to finish up their area, and anything that they found of mine they could just put in my area, and then when I got home I was going to finish my area, and then we were going to hang all the pictures and stuff in my room. And while I'm at work, Becca was supposed to dust and wipe the glass down on the picture frames. So he goes back there, he starts working, and I went in the front and go, why don't you come back and just do your area now, help us clean up, because we had like this big pile of stuff we had to go through, like just sitting off to one corner of the room. It was in between John and Becca's area, and I didn't even know what was in there, and I'm like, let's just go through it real fast. I said, this way you don't have to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can even, you know, you can wake up whatever time you want, just as long as when I get home the picture frames are done. That's going to take you probably about a half an hour, maybe an hour if you get, you know, crazy with making sure everything is perfect. You know, the glass has no streaks, because she gets that way sometimes, which is good. I'm not saying it's not good. So she's like, all right. So we went back there, we cleaned everything up and organized everything, and then I was like, okay, now I can sit down, because what I went back there for in the first place was to catch up everything. So I had to update all my logs, basically. I had to go in and make sure that Headmistress was all up to date, and that takes a lot, because anytime you stitch out anything, you log it in. And so I had 3 months of logging in to do, and then I had to take I had to go through and find the final pictures, and so the Headmistress, I think it's called the Ultimate Headmistress Challenge, it's the only one that you can double dip through the whole thing. It's getting a little cold in here, so I had to go through, and so what you do is, like, so many books, so little time. I worked on it so many times, so I'm not going to put all those little pictures. I'm just going to take the last picture that I did, and I have this is why it's such a big log thing. Oh gosh. Okay, they have this light closed off, so that's weird. So what I have to do is, you know, I better go deliver this one first. Oh shoot, how am I gonna get over there? Okay, I guess, yeah. This construction is like a nightmare, guys. It's a nightmare. So what I do is I take my calendar, and first I get the Headmistress one paper, and I have to do 37,500 stitches for book one, which I completed a book. I'm very excited about that, and I'm close to being halfway done with another book. So that was another thing too, because I had to find the pictures that stopped at that, because okay, so what I do is I put the dates that I worked on it, and with my Headmistress one, I say what task I used it for, and then how many stitches, and then I add it to all of the stitches, so till I get to 37,500 stitches. Okay, hold on, I know where I'm at. I'll finish right when I come back out. Yeah, at the funeral home. Okay, so because I do that, then I know what is the last picture, especially because I completed the class. So then I go back to that week's assignment, and I can see what picture it would be that ended that one. And then I take that picture, I go to the Headmistress challenge. Hold on, I'm gonna choke. I had to drink some water there. So then I can know exactly what picture I have to pull, because then I do a picture, 5,000 stitches total for, you know, that one picture. That makes sense. But what I do first is then, yeah, this is what I had to do. So then I take that list, and now I have each project. So like, so many books, so little time. So I know where I ended, where it's for the one book. This is probably not making sense, whatever. So whatsoever. So what I do is then I take all of those totals from the headmistress, where I wrote down the date and everything. Now all I have to do is just pick out so many books, so little time. Every time that I did it, all I have to do is I still put the date, and then I put the stitches. I don't put the project or nothing like that, because I already have that logged on the other thing, you know. So then I can look and see for the first book of the Headmistress Challenge, I did 5,000 stitches on so many books, so little time. So then when I go to put the picture up, I can say 5,000 stitches. Here's my beginning, here's my ending. That's 5,000 stitches. Now, mind you, I do it every so often, so each project does have a couple of pictures in it, but I don't do a picture every single task, if that makes sense. So I'm not cluttering the post up with all these whole bunch of little pictures. I just take a picture and say, you know, that's what 5,000 stitches looks like, basically. I know I'm not making sense. But anyways, I know it all works for me. And if someone comes back and says, I don't really think you did 7,500, here's my proof. Here's all my logging, you know. I logged it all. I can pull the pictures and show you. This is it. Which, who knows if they're even going to do that, you know, because you do it so often, you know, whatever. So I just caught up all my cabins. Everything has pictures and it's caught up. Except for my second book, which I already have, I want to say 13,000 stitches into it. I have all my records. I just didn't pull my pictures yet to post them up, which I'm going to do that tonight. It'll take me like 10 minutes to do, because I only have, I think, 5 projects. Oh, so when I start a new book, then I start a whole new Headmistress log, and then so many books, so little time starts over. So for this book, this is how many I did, if that makes sense. I'll show it on my stitchy time, if I remember. So yeah, that's been stitching and house stuff. Okay, where am I going? I gotta turn this way because I'm not even paying attention. I'm just talking.
Turn right and turn right.
I was teasing John the other day. Well, teasing myself. Is I don't pay attention where I'm at. I pay attention to traffic lights and, you know, the roads around me. But when I deliver, I listen to Mona, which I call my GPS Mona. For you all who are new, she's Mona because she just moans all the time. 230 is going to be on this side. So, hold on, guys. I got to pay attention here because I have people riding my butts. Oh, it's that big house right there. And Do they have a driveway? Yeah, they have a driveway. Okay. Where am I at? So I remember when I come back out, I was talking about... What was I talking about, guys? Maybe I'll remember what I'm at. I think I was talking about... I had to do the pictures for the next book. And I think I was basically done with that. So, yeah, because I said that was my stitching and that was the house. So, what else has been going on? Well, I decided that, and I made this decision back before Mother's Day, which I didn't hold myself accountable. And it doesn't help because I have two people who like to drink pop and they bring pop in. And when the pop's there, I'm going to drink it. So I had to be, especially today, I had an eye-opening. And ooh, this is kind of cool what he's riding on. I don't know how he makes it go. It's got to be electric, right? But it's so, I don't know. That's weird. You guys can't even see it. He's driving on like this... I don't know. It looks like a tire that's in the middle of a skateboard. It's kind of weird. So anyways, sorry, I'm rambling. I decided to go on a diet and give up hop and drink water. At night, I can have a glass of tea with dinner, which it's not sweet tea, but it is sweet tea. It's made with Splenda. So, I don't know. You get people who say, oh, but your body still feels like you're drinking sweet tea, so, you know, you're really, whatever. I'm not getting into all that. I gotta have my sweet tea, but I'm not using sugar. I'm using an artificial sweetener. So, sue me. I don't care. But my goal is to do, what is 64 and 32s? That would be 80. I'm so bad with math. What would that be? 64 ounces and 32 ounces. That would be 9. And then 64, 32. It would be 90. 64 2 would be 96 ounces of water. That's what I'm trying to drink, is 96 ounces of water a day. Which I got this cute little, I forgot who I saw had it. I want to say it was Amy who had it. For fuck's sake, drink your frickin' water. Yeah. Which, okay, right after Mother's Day, I started, well, what I did is, I'm really committed to doing this. Yes, I had a fallback or mess up or fell off the wagon. I think that's only for drunks though. But anyways, relapse, that's what the word I'm looking for. I had a relapse, which is fine. It's okay, but it's not. For the first week, okay, so I went out and bought a water dispenser, and I was quite shocked on how, I think they're 3-gallon or 4-gallon jugs. No, is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Of water, it was only $4. So I bought the system because I know when my dad was alive, he had one. And I remember I really liked the water. And I hate drinking water. I really hate drinking water. Okay, where am I going? I'm trying to remember how I get to this funeral home. I think it's right down here. So, because I'm doing side streets, I usually don't do side streets. So, I'm doing really good because every, it's marked. So, you should drink this much by 8 a.m. Blah, blah, blah. It goes all the way to 6 p.m. It goes from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, you have to fill it up after 12 p.m. Then you fill it up again, and then you go for the next half of the day. which I'm really staying on track with that. I was quite shocked on how most days by noon I'm already on the 6 o'clock part. And then after I get the 64 ounces in me, then it's like a struggle to drink that last 32 ounces. But I'm doing it, so I'm very proud of myself that way. Well, the first week that I did it, I was doing that. Today's the first day back to the whole life-changing whatever. So I'm just very disappointed because when I got on the scale the first day after Mother's Day, I was shocked by that number. And I'm going to share it because I'm honest on my channel and I need to keep myself accountable, so I'm going to share it, which I'm quite shocked. I am very shocked of the number, but it's 291 pounds and 4 ounces. Well, it's been a month and, what, 2 weeks? No, that wouldn't be it. I guess it's about a month, which I have not been strict on the diet whatsoever, at all. I gained 2 pounds. So now I really need to buckle. There's no pop in the house. There's no snacks in the house. Okay, hold on. I'm at the funeral home. Okay, and the reason I'm like so depressed about it, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but it's so aggravated with myself, is I've always been a big girl, so that's fine. I can live with that. But I can see what it's doing to my health, and usually I'm 270. I stayed at 270 for a good 10 years, which is not healthy. I know that. Especially, I'm short. It's not good. Not making excuses whatsoever. And then when my son got married, I like buckled down and I got to, I want to say it was like 235, 245. And then quarantine happened. I quit smoking, which I know you're going to gain weight, quit smoking. Now see, growing up, I kept my weight at like basically 215, 225. And then after I had my kids, I stayed at basically 250. And then I quit smoking the first time, got up to 270, and I stayed at 270 for about 10 years, I want to say. And then I went back down to whatever I said, it was like 250, 245, which I was feeling great. I was looking good. Not, you know, great, but my goal is to be at 160. 140 would be awesome, but 160 looks really good on me. And I can wear a size 12 jeans. I'm pretty sure that's what I was at when I wore the size 12. But anyways, I want to be able to go buy a large shirt, not a 4X shirt. Is basically what I want to be able to do. And I want to, oh shoot, what am I doing? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. So, oh, what do I want to do? Oh, Martin Road is under construction. 11 Mile is a pain in the butt. I don't know what I want to do here. Huh. Wow. I don't know what to do. We'll figure. I guess we'll just have to deal with 11 Mile is what we'll do. So this is the street I used to live on. We'll go here to 11 Mile Road. So anyways, I decided, okay, it's time to get myself, because I think I'm going to be 50 in 2 years, or is it 3 years? I don't know. I don't know how old I am, really. I don't, and it's so sad. Yeah. So, it's weird going down the street. I grew up on the street. Yeah. Oh my god, my brain. Let me get back on focus here. This is going to be the longest freaking vlog ever because I haven't done one in forever. So yeah, I'm determined now, and it helps that there's no snacks in the house. That's the big thing. Now if I can just keep the pop out of the house, which I begged them. I said, can you please not bring it in the house? Or don't let me know it's here. Hide it, you know? Sorry, but don't keep it in the fridge. Because if I see it, then I want to drink it. I have such an addiction to pop. So, that's basically what's been going on. I know a lot of people are doing that. The new one, well, it's probably not new, but I hear a lot about it, Activia or something like that, which I wish I could go on something like that, but I can't. It would be a waste of money to me. I can't have chocolate. I'm allergic to chocolate, and I'm allergic to onions. So whoever's on that plan, if you can find me like 10 things that don't have chocolate or onions, I would consider. And I will not do oatmeal. No. I'd rather die before I eat oatmeal. But, yeah. It's hard to do any of those plans, you know, where you have to eat their food, because I have to make my own food. And then when I make my own food, I don't know really what the calories are. So it gets really frustrating, and I throw my hands up in the air and I say, I'm done. But I can't do that this time, so I don't know what to do. I'm just going to try my best. That's all I can do, right? Okay. So I think I might get off of here for today. More than likely, when I get home, I'll be able to film and show you the whole craft room thing. And then I am going to try to be good and come on every day again, except for the weekends. Which the weekends I'm going to try to do a stitch with me. So the people who can't watch these can watch that. Because I don't drive on the weekends. And it's very hard to vlog if you're not driving. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I do get in the car once a day to go down the street to the church to get my Pokestop, which I'm really hoping that me and Becca, well, Becca already started doing it. She walks every day down to the church to get it, which is because we got Fitbits. So yeah, me and Becca got Fitbits so we can track our exercising. And Wednesday I'll have the scale that goes along with the Fitbit, so I can, you know, it's easier to track your weights. You just step on it and then it goes right to your phone, from what I understand, but I don't know. Yeah, but it's 2,000 steps. So it's basically, well, she said it's over 2,000, but that's there and back. So I just gotta get in shape so I can do it, because if I walk for a long amount of time straight without taking a break, my hip starts killing me, unless I'm holding on to a cart. We found out if I hold on to a cart, then I can take the pressure off of the hip, and that works. So we've been doing a lot of walking in like Walmart, where I can have a cart. Even now, you can't take it out of Kohl's to walk in the mall, but we walked around Kohl's for a good 2 hours the other day. So, but if I don't have that cart to like kind of lean on, then my hip, it just kills me. But, okay, I know I'm just blabbering on. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday. Okay, in my defense, there was a reason why I didn't come on Tuesday. Because Monday night, I was sleeping, and John woke me up. I was taking a nap. And John woke me up, and he was like, when you got home, was my car hit? Well, first of all, when I got home, if I would have seen your car was hit, I would have told you, but no, I didn't have to be woken up rudely to be asked that question. So, Tuesday, I was in a funk, because then Tuesday morning, because he's so upset about his car, then, I have a tiny pufferfish hiccuping. I'm sorry. You're fine. It would sound weird if I was still talking and heard a hiccup and didn't tell him you were in the car, you know? So, yeah. So then he got up early because he wanted to contact the insurance people and all that. And he opened up the front door, and he didn't realize, because after I yelled at him, he's like, oh, I didn't know. If I would have known, I would have shut the door. When you open the front door and the sun is blazing in the front door, it bounces off the wall and bounces in my room and goes right in my eyes. So I was quite peeved off with him, would be the best way to say it. Yeah. I think I can go straight, and that would be Masonic. I think I'm gonna go the back way. Yeah, so, and then I didn't want to come on here until we, you know, found things out. Well, my house is protected by cameras all over the place. There's nowhere you can walk that you're not going to be on the camera. Well, the only thing is it got hit on the driver's side, front driver's side. So you can't, I don't know if he talked to the guy across the street, but you can tell that the landscape people are the ones who did it when they were backing their big lawnmowers out, and it's the kind that you sit, and that's the ones like they do the expressways with. Yeah, it rammed right into John's car. His bumper is halfway off. His fender, I don't know what it's called, the thing that's above your tire that's metal, is all scraped up and bent in. If he hits a bump, it scrapes. So yeah, he's not a happy little boy,
1/2 mile,
because that was his first brand new car ever, so it's his baby, and someone hit his baby. So, which I was pissed yesterday too, because I was thinking, well, then I'm gonna have to cover him, because I don't know if you know, you send your car into the shop, and it's 2-3 weeks. And I knew that I was gonna have to cover him. Well, then I was driving today, and I'm like, my son still doesn't have his driver's license, which he's working on it. There's a Kia sitting at my son's apartment. Nobody's driving it. Go get my old Kia, and you can drive the old Kia. So, he'll drive the black one. Morgan has a silver one, and I have the blue one. And then John has the black Kia Sorento. So it's the minivan looking one. But me and Morgan and Jonathan, if he ever gets a damn driver license, we all have the Kia Souls. Can I go? I'm gonna go. So, we are a family of Kias. Oh, but now I can. Oh, so we found out that he has to drop his car off Monday morning to the collision shop. So, oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so tired. Definitely gonna go home and take a nap. But I have cross-stitched every single day this week. You didn't get a stitchy time video because there wasn't much to show you because we were moving, which hopefully I'm hoping tomorrow when we get home from work, John will hang the picture so I can finish the part of the vlog showing you the completed rooms. But we will see. We will see. Oh shoot. Oh gosh. Yeah, nothing else really going on. Been working. You have any news? No. We're boring people. We are very boring people. I can't wait to get home and cross stitch because I think after I do tonight's assignment, I will be able to see 3 things. 3 Pokemon. Which 2 Pokemon do I see right now, Becca? I feel like I'm seeing dead people. Which dead people do I see?
Moltres and Flareon.
Huh?
Wait, what are we talking about?
I thought it was Zapdos.
Yeah, Zapdos, Moltres, and Flareon.
I don't see Moltres.
Right next to Zap.
Does he not have a face? Oh shit. 2, 4, 3.
He does have a face.
Arriving at destination on right.
2, 6. Oh, I bet you it's this house. How the hell am I supposed to deliver to this house? Oh. Oh, crap. Okay, they're right there. Whew, that was scary. Once we got into that driveway, we couldn't see to get out, so Becca had to wait until it was clear. Then she ran, she jumped in, and we made it. Yay! We didn't get ran over. Oh my gosh, that was, my heart was like beating so fast. One more and we're done. Woohoo! I want to say like the Pillsbury Doughboy. What is it?
I don't know.
Woohoo! I don't know either. I can't think. I'm so tired. Oh, yeah, so I had to do 200 stitches for tonight's. So I'm hoping to see something else. Becca's ignoring us now. She's playing on her phone.
I'm reading comics.
Oh, well, I guess I can get off of here when there's nothing else. Are you ever going to start stitching again, Becca? That's all the people want to know. Are you going to stitch?
I stitched some yesterday.
When?
Oh, you took a nap.
You got me snorting over here. Did you say that with a straight face that you stitched while I took a nap? She's laughing so hard she can't even breathe over here.
I stitched while she took a nap.
Oh shoot. Okay, I don't know what I was saying. The phone rang and it cut you guys off. I don't even have my next one up. This is really great. I know we were making fun of Becca because she's trying to say that she cross-stitched while I was sleeping.
I did.
I believe you. I'm just teasing you. She's getting mad now, so. So are you going to cross-stitch tonight with your mommy?
Yes.
What are you going to cross-stitch on?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. What happened to Pokemon?
I'm trying to get the frame done.
Okay, so you want to get the frame done?
Yeah.
Here's the big question that everyone wants to know too. What could that question be?
I'm gonna hit you in the face with the clipboard.
No. It starts with a G. One of the words does. The other one is a T. Temperature.
Oh, temperature garden.
Temperature garden. Will we ever know what the temperatures were last year?
I'm still trying to get it on the pattern. And plus, I'm working on something for your birthday.
I am unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Okay. A T-Rex with a T-Rex.
Longer
Grabber.
reach.
I call it a grabber.
No, I think now he has longer reach.
Oh, now he has longer reach, so he's on. Oh, I get it. Ooh, yeah, I'm a little slow there. I'm tired. I need a nap. I need a nappy poo. I need my Toby and my
You mean not Toby?
favorite blankie and my chair, and I'll be out within 5 minutes.
You know he's my dog, right?
Not when it comes to nap time. He puts me out. You know, yesterday he didn't sleep with me when I took a nap. But after we were done eating dinner, I was just getting ready to get up to go to the bathroom. And your dog laid on me and took an 1.5-hour nap. That's right. Right when he started stirring, I was like, "You told me you need to go outside." And he was like, "Woof." You know, he got up. I'm like, "I gotta go pee." Had to pee for the last 1.5 hours. But he was sleeping so good. Surprised he didn't put me back to sleep. Well, I had to pee, so I wouldn't have been able to go back to sleep. Oh.
In 1/4 mile, turn right.
You share your dog with me.
Yeah.
I don't steal him like your father. Sometimes I question whose dog is he really?
Turn right.
We ain't having another Bobo situation.
Would you like to put that to the test? How many times has he been sitting on Daddy and you call him and he just ignores you?
I don't call him when he's on Daddy.
Yeah, okay.
Well, since we got the new chair.
Oh, gosh. Nah. Where are we going?
That's a good question.
This way. This way we're going. We're going this way. I just can't believe we got the house back together. Except for the darn pictures on the wall. And if I'm not on him, they'll just sit in there forever. You know?
Yeah.
Did you dust them and do what you were supposed to do? No, of course you didn't. You gotta get on your butt, too. What were you gonna say?
In my defense, I had orders that I needed to pack.
Turn right, then arrive at
Since I couldn't do it the entire week.
In your defense, I asked you to get them done before I got home Monday. It is Wednesday. You were home yesterday, too. Now what is your defense? Okay, what is the address we're going to?
13717.
71. Oh my God, that car scared the heck out of me. 715, 717. Now why do I want to say 369?
I don't know.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I guess we'll leave you here since we're doing our last delivery. Then we have to call in the trips and we'll be home. So there will be no more vlogging time. So we will check in tomorrow because Becca's my capture tomorrow too. Bye guys. Hello and welcome back to the madness. So this is my bedroom. So here, let's start over here. So we walk in the door and the first thing you see is a dryer. Then Johnny's dresser with a TV. Then you have the refrigerator with the surveillance so we can see everything. Then this is the big back door, sliding door to go outside. There's the backyard. Then you have Johnny's crafting area. Then you have our beds. We have our own sheets. It's a king-size frame with 2 twins on top. And then you have my dresser, my other dresser, laundry, what is it? Bowls and lids and cutting boards and storage, blankets. And then this is going out in the garage. That's a heater. So yeah, this was my old bedroom that I'm turning into a craft room. Yay. Okay, so here is the craft room. That is now going to be my bedroom. We're still going to keep that. John said he likes that wall. So we're going to keep that. But as you can tell, we've outgrown the craft room. So that's why we're making this our bedroom. And yay! So the work all starts tomorrow. Okay, so here's the finished room. There's the diamond painting wall, if you remember that. Then we have John's closet with all his crap. Then we have the wall of pictures. Yay! So here, to give you some perspective, here's my bed. So I wake up to the wall. Aren't they a cute couple? Oh, you can't see because of the stupid light. How can we do this? There we go. Aren't they a cute couple? Yeah. So then I have that over there. I have my dressers. They both fit in here with the TV. And then my other dresser. And then my shot glasses, which I love. The bottom row is from our 25th anniversary trip. And then we got Deadpool and skulls and all the fun stuff. Yeah. Some cool ones. So then you have my bed, side of the bed with my table and my fan. Johnny's side of the bed. So there's the bedroom. I love it. And I can't believe how big it looks in here. So yeah, here is the craft room all finished. So we have the extension of the kitchen. Kitchen stuff. Bobo's treats, very important. I gotta put those away. Then a couple of stuff. Then you come to my desk. How do I do this? Let's come back far. So we have the floss wall. And then we have the hoops and stuff. Where is it? The hoops. And we have my cart that I had to fill. Then we have my computer. I'm going to put my cross-stitching stuff on this cart. And then more drawers and bins and garbage and all the fun stuff and all that. We cleaned out the closet. So it's basically booze, extra dog stuff, blankets. Then we get to Johnny's. Now he's not done setting up here. But there's his trains. And then he's so excited because then he has a train on the floor. Oops, just stepped on Toby's treat. Then we have more treats. Trains. Then we have Becca's shop. Becca's desk. more shop. We have the water dispenser with 3 bottles of water. And look, I no longer have a refrigerator in my bedroom. We have surveillance. We have John's dresser with the TV and the dryer. So, let's get way back here. That is the craft room. And now everyone has space. Me and Becca aren't on top of each other because if we both rolled back at the same time in the other craft room, yeah, we were hitting each other. So, we love it. Yay! Okay, I hope the rain's not too loud because it's quite loud. So this isn't a big space. That's the windows. And then there's a window. So right here we got the freezer and then all of John's home projects. Then we have all household appliances and gadgets for household. Then we have craft supplies, DAC, and iron and stands. Then we have my luggage. Then we have the beasts and lids, and there's one fan that's going with lids. Because I have the blankets in the other room, I use this to hold the diamond paintings. There's this picture of diamond painting. Yeah, I know, I gotta work on it. I know. And then we have Belle, and then Johnny's trains, and then my thing to do the thread, or a lapse, what is that called? A Lowerly stand, the ironing board, there's floss, Becca's yarn, another floor stand thing. That's what I was thinking, floor stand. Then we got another rack with all crafty stuff. Here's all my fabrics. There's floss for, okay, so this is what is this one? This one is Pokemon. No, this is So Many Books, So Little Time. Leftover floss. Well, floss that I still had to use. This is Pokemon. So when I run out, just get that. This is The Cottage. And this is, oh, the Peacock. I don't know if I'm going to do that one. That one might be UFO too. I have 3 that I'm like, do I really want to do it? There's the Christmas tree one, DAC's Christmas tree that I just need to, it's already kit up, just need to do it. Diamond painting trays, stuff to wrap Christmas presents, and then here's all the drawers with, you know, like storage containers, finishing supplies, cross-stitch supplies, cutting boards. There's the thing that I almost chopped my finger off on. This is more Christmas supplies like stickers and tape, and not tape, scissors and stuff like that. Extra bins. Then we have shoes. We have electrical cords, like what are they called? Extension cords. And one of those things that you plug all the things into, and it's got a switch. What the hell is it called? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. That's the YouTube drawer. That's with the umbrellas and stuff. What is this thing called? This thing. And extension cords. I can't remember what it's called. So yeah, that's the floor to, oh, that's the big mess that we had to clean up. There's John's crappy car. So yeah, it's not big in here, but when it's all cleaned up, you can store a lot of stuff. So yay! Hello, and welcome back to the madness. I don't know which way I'm gonna go yet. I think I'm gonna go this way because they want me to go on the expressway, but that ramp is closed. And I think this will not take me where I want to go. Now that I think about it. Oh. So we have the tiny pufferfish again. Hello. Yay, tiny pufferfish. I got 200 stitches done last night. There was
In 200 feet, turn left. Turn left.
what do you call it? When something pops up to prompt.
Turn left.
I don't know what it's called. Like a special event happened last night in my stitching group.
Impromptu event.
That's what I was trying to say. Say it again.
Impromptu event.
Okay, yeah. Well, we had one of those yesterday. Oh, Miss Coffee just messaged me. Oh, so it was 200 stitches, and you got to vote to open the jar or not open the jar. They found a jar, and should you open it or not open it? Should I go this way?
Turn left.
So I voted to open the jar. There's a jar sitting there. You better open it. So we'll see what's in the jar. I think tomorrow is the day that they counted the votes. But I was looking, and I think everyone said open the jar. So I think open the jar will win. I mean, you got a jar. You got to open it, right?
Yeah.
Just like if you saw Pandora's box, you got to open it.
Pandora's box, and I would not open it.
But what if you didn't know it was Pandora's box?
I'd fucking open it.
Exactly. So it's a jar. We don't know what
Video
kind
game
of...
logic. Always open the containers.
Always open it. Oh my gosh. I got myself a little too cold. Here we go with the yawning. So yeah. So basically that 200 stitches, I just basically stitched on background. But I like to stitch on the background because it's making the other Pokemon pop, you know?
Yeah.
So tonight my goal is to do 550 because I have my last two spells is 200 stitches and 250 stitches. So I'm hoping to get 550 stitches done today, and then my goal is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get well, I don't know, because I'm trying to, here we go again, just started a new class. Oh shoot, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah, it says that the road is closed. Well, I want to go this way. What would this... Oh, Shoemaker. Oh, this is... Okay, I know where I'm at. It's a crappy road, so it's going to be a lot of potholes. But if we go this way, then it'll take me to the ramp, the expressway that I want. So so I just started a new Facebook group, the Crystal Academy, and a couple of weeks ago, oh, darn it, stop yawning. I joined the original, I can't say it. There was a video game. Everyone had dysentery. Died of dysentery.
Oh, Oregon Trail.
Okay, yeah, I can't say that for some reason. Oregon Trail?
Yeah.
Okay. When I can hear it first, I can say it. But to say it off of memory, I cannot say it. I don't know why.
You've died of dysentery.
I did not die of dysentery. I never played the game.
I remember it from the old house back when we had the weird desktop computer.
Oh, yeah, because it came... I think I bought Jonathan the Hot Wheels computer.
Yeah.
When he was like 5 years old. And we got... That was one of the games that came with it. They gave us the disc and everything. And it was like 3 or 4 discs. It was like outrageous. Okay, so, okay, we're gonna get stopped by the light. That's fine. Yeah, so I never played it. But I know Jonathan played it. I don't remember if you played it. Did you play it?
Somehow, yeah.
Okay.
Did I ever get far? No.
Did you die of dysentery?
No.
Oh.
I died by animals.
So, anyways, I joined that a couple of weeks ago, and I just saw the message yesterday saying, either get on a wagon or we're booting you. Not me personally, but I've been looking for a wagon to join, and I haven't seen any openings. So on that post, I said I would like to join a wagon. So I just don't want to make a wagon myself because I work too many hours to keep track of everyone's crap. I can keep track of my own crap, but I don't want to be a team leader and have to do all that, because I see what the Crystal Academy, what our team leader were, the yellow night crawlers, and no thank you. We have a green arrow, so can you go? Thank you. So this looks familiar, right? We go down this road all the time.
Yeah.
That was a little shortcut. So, I don't know if you can hear that buzzing. We're playing Pokemon Go while we're doing this. Oh no! Why do you have it blocked off? Yes? No? Can we go down? Can we? Or no? Can we go down?
I don't know.
Apparently, there's no lights to say no. That was weird.
Yep.
That was stupid. Why sit right there unless the car broke down right there? But no nothing saying I'm broke down. Don't go down here. Just
A dude in a car.
no, it wasn't a dude. It was a female.
Oh.
Let's get you there. Is that better? Is that better? There we go. Oh, but then is it shaking more that way? I don't know. Yeah, so I'm hoping when I get home, someone will say, "Oh, I have an opening spot." The only thing is that they fill up so fast. So I don't know. But I like to play, you know. I mean, if I don't get in and I get kicked out, I have other things to play, you know. But that one seems like there's a lot of, how did you say it? Uptune, point. I can't.
Random events.
But no, say the fancy way. I like the fancy way.
Either way works. Impromptu events or random events.
Say it slow.
Impromptu
events. Impromptu. I like saying it the fancy way. Okay, random events.
It's easier to remember random events.
You just don't want me to be fancy. If you could see the look she's giving me. If looks could kill people, I'd be dead so many times. No.
Family would be dead so many times.
Especially from the pufferfish. Oh. Yeah, but I mean, they like, I don't know. I guess it's like the game, like, you get sick and you have to do so many stitches. I don't know. Or you have to find a doctor and hope that they do so many stitches to heal you. I don't know. I didn't, like, I'm not into it, so I can't see what's going on, you know? Oh, good. That bag flew. I hate when the bag gets stuck underneath your car. Your turn signal would have been really nice, dude, to let me know that you were getting off the expressway. Okay, we're not going to complain about the other drivers, and we're not going to swear at the other drivers. That's the one condition of those doing the vlog, is no more swearing at the drivers.
Hey, at least this one used the turn signal.
Yeah. It's taking her sweet ass time to get in there, but okay. Oh. Today's a beautiful day. It's 83 degrees out, but there's not much humidity. So it's like a dry heat. I can handle this. Now, imagine, remember last week when it was, not last week, it was 2 weeks ago. Because last week was nice.
Yeah.
That's when we did the room swaps. Which, tonight, no matter what, if Daddy doesn't want to do it, then me and you are hanging those pictures. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I want my room done. I want that box, or not box. Bin out of my way. Now I got that one part of the song. When they come knocking. Going through my head. Yeah, so, and Becca stitched last night. I have proof I saw it. She didn't do it while I was sleeping. Don't give me those looks. Oh. And she's going to cross stitch tonight. She's already promised that.
When did I do that?
You didn't. I was just hoping that you'd be like, oh yeah, I did tonight. You need to get your stitching bug back. Get it back.
I'm trying to.
I'm trying to.
You know me, I don't like pressure to stitch.
I know. I know you don't like pressure to stitch. But I like people crafting with me. You basically gave up diamond painting. When's the last time you diamond painted? Okay. We are just going to move over ourselves. I don't know why I was in that lane anyways.
I don't know either. Why were we stuck behind the grandma?
I don't know. If they come a-knocking, pow, pow, pow.
Ain't no stopping me for you.
Ooh, we didn't tell the people what happened. When did that happen? A couple of days ago, right?
Yeah.
We got tickets. Okay, so here's a little story. Story time. How my son is not very smart.
I mean, we always knew that.
Becca. Oh, we got good news though. Speaking of the son, he called me last night. Now, Little Caesars has all these different managers. I don't know what kind of manager he is right now, but they have like 4 different tiers. So last night, I've been wanting him to become co, because co you get guaranteed 40 hours a week. I didn't know this. And they get vision, dental, and health insurance. So he called me last night. Now he told me on Mother's Day that Crystal came to him and said, when are you going to be a co? And he's had opportunities to be a co. And before to be a co, you had to have a driver's license. So that was holding him back. And then because he was just too damn lazy to work 40 hours, I bet, is what was holding him back too. But now that he's out on his own, he realizes a 40-hour job is quite smart to have. So you can actually do things after you pay your rent and utilities and all the things that you have to pay. So he told me on Mother's Day that Crystal was like, listen, when are you gonna be? And he's like, now, which shocked the hell out of her. And then last night he called me and said, I have some great news. I'm like, what was that? What is that? And he told me that he starts training to be a co on Monday. And then he didn't even know that he got dental and vision. He knew he got health insurance, but he didn't know about the dental and the vision, which he needs the vision because that boy is blind as a bat. So, which I've probably told the story about when he was in 2nd grade. We went to go take him to get his, vision. Now, mind you, he's been going to the eye doctor since he was 2 years old. Yeah, I think he was about 2 years old, maybe 1.5. But I want to say it was more like 2 years old. No, because he wasn't potty trained yet. Yeah, so he wasn't even 2 years old yet. What was happening is when he would walk, he would like try to walk into, a different room, going through the door frame, and he would always clip himself on the left-hand side. And then we noticed one day we were walking through the parking lot, and he kept running into cars, and it would just be the end on the left-hand side. And I was like, this is weird. And so my mom's like, maybe you should take him to the eye doctor, because it looks like he just can't see.
Turn right.
You could tell where he couldn't see anymore, He thought he was past it, but he wasn't. So when we took him to the eye doctor, they did this test where, what is it called, Becca?
Peripheral vision?
Yeah, they did that test. And when they got to basically, because you can see it. If you put your hands up back by your ears, you can see. And if you keep moving up, then you see him better. He got it up to his cheek. And then on the right-hand side, he could see by his ear. But the left-hand side, he couldn't see it until it was basically at his cheek. Come to find out, he had a lazy eye. And, hello. Okay, so, sorry about that. Got a phone call, and then all hell broke loose, and the rest of the day went downhill. So, what I was saying was that once Jonathan got his glasses, okay, so no, what I was saying is, then after we had to patch his eye, and he wore glasses for about a year, and then we were told he didn't need them anymore. So then, when he was in 2nd grade, he failed the school vision test. So we had to go take him and get his eyes checked, and we found out that he did need glasses. Well, when we get out of the doctor's appointment, or out, a couple of weeks later, the glasses come in, he puts them on, and we walk outside, and he's like, oh my gosh, those are leaves? And I'm like, yeah, there's leaves on the tree. He's like, there's Burger King! And I'm like, okay, yeah, there's Burger King. And he looks at me, he goes, what is all those spots on your face? And I'm like, freckles, moles. And he goes, what's this? And he points at my chickenpox scar, and I'm like, were you blind? And he was like, he just couldn't imagine. I said, what does it look like when you take your glasses off? He says, just a bunch of swirls of colors. He could, tell a tree was there so he wouldn't run into the tree, but he couldn't, the fine lines. He couldn't see the fine lines. It was just swirls of color. Oh my God, guys. Him watching TV was hilarious, too, because he could actually, see them. It wasn't just the cartoon voices. So, that was a trip. And then the other thing that I was talking about is last week, Jonathan calls me and he's like, Lincoln Park is coming to Chicago. I was like, okay. And so I went on the website and I looked, because Becca the day before told me there were no Detroit places this time. Michigan. They weren't playing in Michigan this time. Oh my God, I can't get the words out. So I looked down and I'm like, well, they're in Ohio. And Johnson's like, yeah, but that's their hometown. It's going to be really hard to get tickets. I said, well, Chicago's very expensive. So to find parking, and we would have to get a hotel. And I know a couple of friends who went to Chicago, and it was like an arm and a leg. Every time they turned around, they had to pay for parking. Their hotel was outrageous, and then you had to pay for parking at the hotel. It was just like crazy. So, sorry, it's been raining all day. So I said, well, when did the tickets go on sale? And he's like, oh, they went on sale yesterday. I'm like, well, did you go to see if there were any open in Ohio? He's like, no, I'm loading the website up right now. I'm going to look. So, long story short, we are going to 21 Pilots on Devil's Night in Ohio. The funny thing is, he was going back and forth with me, and he just wouldn't let Chicago go. He's like, okay, Ohio sounds great. And I'm like, what changed? And he's like, Morgan says she feels more comfortable in Ohio. I'm like, I said, it sucks to be you, Jonathan. You're surrounded. And he's like, surrounded by what? I said, very smart women. He's like, thank God. So, yeah. Last night I didn't get much stitchy done. I only stitched 103 stitches. And I guess another event popped up to do. And this morning I joined a family for another stitching group. So my plans are, I'm on my way home now, and I'm just going to stitch my brains out. Yes, I'm just going to keep stitching and stitching and stitching and stitching. My house is basically clean. All I have to do is my laundry Sunday, and Becca's got to vacuum the living room, and that's it. And then, of course, you know, meals. But please, I have 3 days, well, 2.5 days, really, to just stitch my little heart out, and that's what I'm going to do. I know this is a mishmash of clips, but we're back on schedule. The only thing that is going to change, but you're not going to feel it because it's already been like this, kind of. I'm not going to do a What's in the Pot every single week. That's too much pressure. Filming What's in the Pot is not very easy. And when I get home from work, I want to get in my pajamas and then cook dinner. And to do What's in the Pot, I have to be, you know, clothes and bra, and I'm not comfy. So I'm gonna try every other week to give you a What's in the Pot, but when I feel inspired, you'll get one. So yay, no yay, I don't know. It's a lot of pressure, and I love doing What's in the Pots, but I like to be comfy more better when I get home from work. Now, if I have free time during the weekend, then yeah, I'll do a What's in the Pot. But this week I have plans, and I'm not getting out of my chair. We are having easy dinners that Becca or John can make, and yeah, I'm taking a mom weekend. My name is not Mom. That's my weekend. You fend for yourself weekend. Mommy needs a break. I mean, I worked my tail off last week, but you've already seen that in the clip, so. Well, you didn't get to see the messes in between, but you got to see. I love my room now. Especially, I woke up this morning with all the pictures on the wall. I was so happy. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.